Check, check. Yes, check, check.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the Convocation Ceremony of 2022 for the graduates of the School of Business and Management, the School of...
This is a solemn ceremony and I do not want any howling in the auditorium. You have affection for teacher, please express after the ceremony.
We have the graduates of the School of Business and Management, the School of Commerce, Finance and Accountancy, the School of Law, and the School of Social Sciences. We at Christ University are honored to have you all here. I am Ujjwala, faculty from the School of Law, the MC for this convocation. The ceremony today marks a rite of passage and is very solemn. Keeping this in mind, I would like to give you all a few instructions to ensure that this ceremony is carried on in the highest standards of decorum and discipline. Please switch off your mobile phones and other devices and maintain silence during the formal proceedings. This august occasion is indeed a moment to acknowledge and celebrate the achievements of those graduating today. While your applause and warm cheers will add to their memories, kindly refrain from hooting and other forms of loud recognition. I also request the audience to remain seated till the very end of the program and respect the decorum of this solemn ceremony. The official photographer will be taking the photographs during the ceremony. Students are therefore requested to refrain from photography or videography inside the auditorium. Do not remove your caps and throw them up into the air at any time during or after the ceremony. To receive your certificates, please enter the stage from the guided side, receive the degree from the Chancellor or the Vice Chancellor, and then leave the stage from the steps kept in the middle of the stage. Please avoid talking after you have received your certificates, as it would be distracting to those who are yet to receive theirs. I wish to specifically request all the graduates to maintain the decorum and silence, especially during the degree awarding ceremony. After the ceremony, you are reminded to return the robes immediately to the allotted rooms in this building, first floor. I will now take you through the proceedings of the ceremony. As the procession enters the auditorium, you are requested to stand in silence. The procession will be led by the registrar, followed by the director, the heads of departments, deans, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, and the Honorable Chancellor. This will be followed by the university anthem and the lighting of the lamp, while the university choir sings the invocation song. Kindly refrain from clapping at the end of the invocation song. Pro-Vice Chancellor Dr. Father Jose C.C. will then lead us in prayer. The audience is requested to remain standing till the end of the prayer. The pledge to be taken after you receive your degree is on page 7 of the Convocation Handbook. The handbook is placed in your convocation folder that you will receive along with your degree. The degrees that are awarded are listed in page 11 of the same handbook. We shall now await the arrival of the dignitaries. Till then, kindly maintain the decorum and silence of this ceremony.
Please, they're coming.
The dignitaries have arrived. May I request the audience to kindly rise as the ceremonial procession enters the auditorium. The procession is led by the registrar, Dr. Anil Joseph Pinto, with the national flag. He is followed by Professor Biju Thomas, Director, the School of Commerce, Finance and Accountancy. They are followed by the heads of departments, deans, Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Father Jose CC, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Father Abraham VM, and Honorable Chancellor Dr. Father Paul Achandi.
Exalt him, all ye people, and let your songs arise in loud exalted numbers, while heaven earth replies. The brook that murmurs lightly, the bird in silver lays, proclaim our great Creator, and gently speak his praise. Exalt him, all ye people, and let your songs arise in loud exalted numbers, while heaven and earth replies. The crystal drops that linger in yonder arch of blue, and form the bow of promise with ever-varied hue. The radiant stars that glisten like angel eyes above are messengers of gladness that tell his wondrous love, that tell his wondrous love. Exalt him, all ye people, and let your songs arise in loud exalted numbers, while heaven and earth replies. Pour out your heart before him, and to his scepter bend, who lives and reigns forever, whose kingdom has no end. Exalt him, exalt him, exalt the King of glory. His mighty works proclaim, his mighty works proclaim. Exalt him, exalt him, exalt the King of glory. His mighty works proclaim, his mighty works proclaim. Let every clime adore him, and bless his holy name. And bless, and bless, and bless, and bless his holy name. And bless, and bless his name. And bless, and bless his holy name. Bless his name, bless his name, bless his name, bless his name. Bless his holy name.
Lord our God, we thank you for you have loved us into life. In you we live, move, and have our being. You are the beginning and the end of everything that we are and do. Lord, we present before you these dear children of yours, whom you entrusted to our care a few years ago. Together with us, they have explored the realms of truth about themselves and the world. As they prepare to graduate into wider horizons of life, Lord, we place them back into your hands. They are yours, Lord. Keep them close to your heart. Infuse their hearts and minds with true wisdom, genuine love, and a burning desire to serve you and their fellow human beings with intellectual, personal, interpersonal, and societal skills they have imbibed over these years here at this university. Enable them to contribute their might through the virtues of excellence and service to make the world a better place for humanity and all of creation. Into your hands, Lord, we commend them, along with their hopes and aspirations for the future and their very lives. Amen.
Please be seated. May I now invite Professor Matthew Verghese from Department of Professional Studies to welcome the gathering.
What once started as your orientation in this wonderful auditorium is now culminating as a sacred moment of convocation on this very revered dais. I consider it an honor and privilege to deliver the welcome address on this very solemn occasion. Today's convocation ceremony is presided by our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Father Paul Achandi. He has an MBA from North Maharashtra University and a PhD in Strategic Human Resource Management from IIT Madras. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor and all present here, I extend to you, Father, a very warm welcome. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Father Abraham VM, is a leader we all look up to. He obtained his bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees in mathematics and MS in computer science from Iona College, New York. For his contribution to the National Cadet Corps, the Ministry of Defense of the Government of India bestowed upon him the rank of Honorary Colonel. This year, under the leadership of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Christ University, for the very first time, was ranked by the National Institutional Ranking Framework among the top 100 universities. Father, we welcome you to today's convocation ceremony. I extend a very warm welcome to our respected Pro-Vice Chancellor, Dr. Father Joe Ceci, Registrar Dr. Anil Joseph Pinto, and Controller of Examinations, Dr. Johnny Joseph. We are privileged to have in our midst our deans, directors, reverend fathers, heads of department, faculty members, staff, and President of Christ University Alumni Foundation, Mr. Jugnu Oberoi. I extend to you all a very warm welcome. Dear parents, you are the most valued stakeholders of this university. A few years ago, you placed your children in the care of this university, believing that their academic journey with us would be rewarding. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to today's convocation ceremony. As we celebrate this milestone and as your wards take center stage, we are certain that you're immensely proud of their achievements. The magnitude of this momentous occasion cannot be captured in words, and I take this opportunity to welcome all those attending the event online. Dear graduating students, we are extremely proud of your accomplishments. You are the only graduating class to have seen both sides of the COVID divide. While COVID did play spoilsport, you came back stronger to embrace any challenge, calamity, and curveball that could come your way. We are confident that you will keep the Christite flag and the Christite spirit flying high wherever you go and in whatever you do. Steve Bow once said, "God's gift to you is more talent and ability than you will ever use in one lifetime." Now, your gift to God is to develop and utilize as much of that talent and ability as you can in this lifetime. We extend to each one of you a very warm welcome, and we wish you wind beneath your wings in all your future pursuits. Welcome, one and all.
I take immense pleasure in inviting our Honorable Vice Chancellor to address us and thereafter request Father Chancellor to declare the convocation ceremony open.
Dear Reverend Dr. Fola Chaddi, the Chancellor, Dr. Father Josie C., the Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ali Joseph Pinto, the Registrar, Dr. Johnny Joseph, the Controller of Examination, respected Deans, HOD, faculty members, Mr. Jugunu Broy, the President of the Alumni Association, dignitaries, Justice Sri Sanjeev Kumar, Justice Sri K. Rajan, Sri Sarath Chandra IPS ADGP, Karipaswanda Gowda, our ACP, my dear parents, dear Christites, and ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everyone. It is my great pleasure as Vice Chancellor to welcome you to this graduation ceremony of Christ University. This is not only the day which marks the end of your long academic journey at Christ University, but also the day we can celebrate together, having come back after a 2-year break to a normal semester on campus, where you have come out as winners. And here you are today ready to receive your certificates as a result of your resilience and hard work. Congratulations to the class of 2022. Also, congratulations, dear parents, teachers, and everyone who contributed to this academic journey successfully. Our university is known for so many things. The most important among them is the quality and caliber of you Christites, followed by your kindness in social service, your good behavior, your good confidence, your academic excellence, and your vibrant spirit. As you step out of the portals of this great institution, remember to uphold our tradition and legacy of 53 years and allow that Christite spirit to survive. Most importantly, come by Christites as alumni and as role models for the next generations of students coming here. I am sure you are concerned about the future of our nation, of democracy, and of our lives, because there are many challenges thrown at us in this changed new normal post-pandemic world. We need to overcome them, reach our goals, very importantly, feel happy about our achievements, and not let anyone or anything undervalue our success and happiness. The global pandemic has illuminated harshly the vulnerabilities and challenges that humanity faces the changing times. It has provided a clear picture of existing inequalities and a clear picture of what steps forward we need to take, mainly in education. My dear graduates, I would like you to be leading change agents that this new world needs today. You are particularly suited to the task of building an optimistic new world order, because communities like yours don't just happen. They are formed and strengthened by people coming together in very specific ways. You have been part of that here, and when you leave Christ University and become leaders, yes, you will lead. You are destined to lead. You can make the communities you join and the communities you form stronger by instilling hope for a better life, harmony, and social change. It is evident that we cannot return to the world as it was before. One of the strongest messages of the pandemic times was that our common humanity necessitates global solidarity. Whatever future decisions you make from today, remember that you have a huge responsibility of not just building your life, family, and community, but that of the nation and the global community as well. You have trained adequately here to become conscious citizen scholars, and now it is time to use the training to make your life of significance to the world, not just successful. As Christites, I want you to exercise a strengthened commitment to education as a common good. What I mean is that never think that your learning phase is over. Be lifelong learners and create awareness in your places of work or study that we are educating not just children and young people, but we are educating the publics. Take this as a mission for the future. Education is our most important vehicle to ensure individual and societal flourishing. I am sure every class, every meal, every get-together that you have had here during your stint here now connects you to each other and to Christites everywhere. There is so much pride and unity and a deep sense of identity that you will take away from Christ University. When life puts obstacles in our path, we will need support systems, and we should know how to ask for help. This is never easy, and it takes strength to rely on others. There are times to lean in for others, and there are times to lean on to others. That is your legacy, my dear Christites. You will carry it with you, that capacity for finding strength in yourselves and building strength in the people around you. Build collaboration, solidarity, and collective action for the common good in the communities you join and the communities you form. And above all, find gratitude for the gift of life itself and the opportunities it provides for meaning, for joy, and for love. Congratulations and more power to all of you. March on, Christites. March on. Thank you. I have the honor to request you, Father Chancellor, to declare the convocation ceremony open.
This convocation ceremony of Christ deemed to be university has been called to award the degrees to the candidates who, in the examinations held for the purpose, have been certified to be worthy of the same. I declare the convocation ceremony open. Let the candidates for the various degrees under the School of Business and Management, School of Commerce, Finance and Accountancy, School of Law, and School of Social Sciences be presented.
May I now request the Registrar, Dr. Anil Joseph Pinto, to present the candidates to the Honorable Chancellor. I request all the candidates recommended for the award of the degrees to kindly stand up.
Graduating students, please stand up. Father Chancellor, I wish to present to you the candidates named in the list for the award of the degrees of Bachelor of Commerce, Bachelor of Business Administration, Master of Science, Master of Commerce, dual degrees of Bachelor of Business Administration and Bachelor of Law, and Bachelor of Arts with Bachelor of Law, Master of Law, Master of Arts, and Master of Business Administration. They have been examined and found qualified for the said degrees, which I pray be awarded. All the candidates may please be seated. I invite the faculty members to call out the candidates to receive their degrees. I request the graduates to receive their degree certificates from the Chancellor or the Vice Chancellor in the order in which your names are called out.
Bachelor of Commerce, Finance and Accountancy. We present Ansh Umesh Kalani, first rank holder with CGPA 3.96.
Bachelor of Commerce, Section F, we present Asha S., first rank holder with CGPA 3.9.
Akhil Venugopal.
Divya Ramesh Kumar.
Anmol Drolia.
Maria Sneha A.
Anusha Puranik.
Abu Bakr Siddiq.
Arjun Biju.
Akash J.
Aryan Khetan.
Alan Nicholas G.
Ashlyn Blossom Norona.
Jaswant R.
Ayush Bafna.
Naeem Ansari.
C. Varun Sagar.
Ayushi Singh.
Carla Maria Ilda Afonso.
Priyanka B. M.
Chandu G.R.
Lavanya S. D.
Chintan Dinesh Kumar Patel.
Nilanja Maitli.
Chiranjeevi Babar P.
Kirtana Rajeshwari.
Dakshina Murthy M.
Sabiyak S.K.
Dev Chand.
Sonali Chand.
Dhanush S.
Sukanya R.
Dharmesh M.
Adisha.
Drishya Chandraganti.
Arun K.
Gautam R.
Ben Manuel S.
Henna Chris Tom.
Chetan N.
Isaac S. Peter.
Deepak B.
Jay Tiwari.
Gautam I. R.
Jay Kishan R.
Gokul Raj K.
John Varghese Ukin.
Gopinath K.
K. Nihariha.
Gautam A. M.
Khaif Sultana.
Jagdish K.
Khushi K.
Jeevan Kumar M.
Madhuri Y. S.
Karthik M.
Manu Thomas Jacob.
Kiran Kumar M.
Moin Khan.
Naveen R. Gowda.
Monica Manjunath.
Prashant P.
Monisha Manjunath.
Pratap A.
Navyashri M.
Tarun Chandran R.
Opilisheshan R.A.
Rahul R.
P. Harish Raghavendra.
Janardhan S.
Pranay Kochita.
Sandeep Y.
Pratiksha S.
Santosh S.
Preeti A.
Sri Ranga ML.
Prerna S. Khurana.
Surya S.
Ramita T.S.
Vinay A.
Rati Varad Satyakumar.
Hemalata C.
Wrinkle V.
Jay Lakshmi M.
S. Jishnu Bharadwaj.
Jayashri S.
Saket P.
Jyotika K.
Sabil Ur Rahman.
Kavana L.
Sanchita Harsharaja.
Kaveri A.
Sanjan M.
Kusuma C. K.
Sanjana R.S.
Maria Anjali A.
Sarya Kulsum.
Moksha.
Sharan Anil Achpal.
Nandini N.
Shravani R.
Nandini S.
Spandana S.
Pooja N.
Shri Vidya Kartika Keshavan.
Priya E.
Sujeta G.
Priyanka S.
Supriya J.
Ramya S.
U. Jayant Kumar.
Renuka R.
Usman Khan. Vase Prema Katril.
Supriya S.
Viveta V.
Varshini A.
Section B, Aaron Thadavus,
Karthik R.
Abel Joseph,
Rachna S.
Abel Matthew,
Pavan Kumar N.
Achyut Vijay,
Arjun Shetty.
Agil VP,
Sayeda Hashim.
Alina Naveen,
Bachelor of Commerce, Professional. We present Su Namita Varshini, first rank holder with CGPA 3.87.
Alan Varghese Vinoj,
Aditi Guru Prasad.
Alan Joseph,
Aditi Varyavan.
Anish Satyanathan,
Amisha Pandey.
Anjali Chaughare,
Anukumar Karmakar.
Anushri RV,
Aarti Kar.
Ashwita KP,
Avantika Chaudhary.
Aslam,
Ayushi Gupta.
Ashwin Sabu Varapallil,
Bhavana Hazarika.
Austin James Matthew,
Chaitanya S.
Brinda K,
Devashi Ladda.
DS Sanjay,
Divya Sharma.
Darshana R,
Divya Ann Abraham.
Denzi P. Joy,
Ebin Sam.
Dhairya Bhatia,
Gokul Raj A.
Gautam B. Sirvi,
Ishwarya Lakshmi.
Harish R,
Jayasirika V.
Harish R,
Kishore Kumar G.
Irene Jain,
Kartika Agarwal.
J. Durga Gopinath,
Kunal Goyal.
J. I. Susanna Maheen,
Lavanya Bharati.
Jacob Thomas Puttukeril,
Leena Shebi.
Jaideep Manoj Nair,
Arvind M.
Janicia Priyal Sequera,
Mansi Baya.
John Shaji Mandapam,
Meka Thomas.
Jyotishri T,
Nalin Ban.
K. Arun,
Neetu Mahalya.
Karishma M,
Niranjan S.
Kavya Shivashankar,
Pratyush Mukesh.
Kirtivasan NS,
Prita Ghosh.
Krishna V. Melit,
Raga K.
Lahiri Ramaka,
Rohit Suresh.
M. Sayam,
S. Smriti.
Mevin Abraham Putten Parambil,
Samanvaya Gupta.
Mohammad Faizan,
Samik Jain.
Murli Krishnan A,
Samyuktya Srinivasan.
Nidhi Thakkar,
Sanket Sahu.
Parvati V.S.,
Saqib Kaiser.
Pavan G,
Sharon Prince.
Pooja G.V.,
Shaurya Balian.
Pujita B,
Smriti Kedia. Sonakshi Khanna.
Pragatishwaran S.V.,
Suja P. Shweta S.
Pranav B,
Tanisha Sachin. Uttara Bhaskaran.
Priya Elizabeth Thomas,
Utkarsh Tiwari.
Priyadarshini S,
Varsha Venkatraman.
R. Arvind Narayan,
Yana Tabita.
Rahul R.S.,
Anirudh Sharan.
Rehan C.A.,
Ankit Kumar Singh.
Rani Bagh,
Dechama CV.
Ranjit M,
Harsh Kumar Rai.
Rohit M,
Ishika Agarwal.
S. Abhinav,
Kirtana Ramesh.
Sanchit Agarwal,
Leena Lakshmi Raju.
Shalini,
Madhav Biyani.
Shamant M.V. Shetty,
Madhumita VK. Mansi Taleda. Meka K.
Cheryl Teresa Jose,
Rachna Jain. Nidhi Jain.
Shoaib Akhtar S,
Nihar Balodia.
Shruti Kumari,
Prakash S.
Shweta Madhu,
Samriddhi Patwa.
Sneha P,
Sai Patania.
Spurti Hanamashetty,
Taskin Sharif.
Shri Vidya M.V.,
Vishnunath Suresh.
Tanisha Kumari,
Deepthi Ramesh.
V. Arya,
Pragati PK.
Vidyashri K.M.,
Aditya Ajay.
Vaishali G,
Agnes Mary Polly.
Yash Garg,
Amit Tommy.
Yash Chengappa.
Anitya Ghosh.
Section C, Aisha Mehnaz,
Ankit James Abhilash.
Abhijit AB,
Apeksha Ars,
Adnan Mohammed Sheikh,
Ashish Thomas,
Ajay Santosh T,
Ayusha Patnaik,
Akshay A,
Guru Gautam Vijay,
Alina Mary Abraham,
Dina Suman Sunil,
Alina Ann Philip,
Inshil Kuri,
Amal George,
Janvi P.N.,
Amrita V,
Joseph Christo,
Ananya A. Bhandari,
Joshua Johnson,
Ansu Mariam Koshi,
Hari Prasanna,
Archana V,
Kamal Parekh,
Arun Subramanya S,
Kanishk U.J.,
Bhaskar V.S,
Krishna Pranav C.P.,
Bhumika K,
Madan Babu P.,
Chandan R,
Mutturasan,
Deepthi S,
Namrata Upade,
Dhanya Manoj,
Nikita Dinesh,
Dharmika S. Pillai,
Nirmita James,
Dilip G,
Nishita K.N.,
Dia Ann Cherry,
Raghavendra N.,
Evita Midori Quadros,
Rishita Gangupalli,
G.K. Vijay Gopal,
Ritik Nishant,
Gagana N.C.,
Sharon Varghese,
Gopi Krishnan S,
Siddharth Gularni,
Hardik Agarwal,
Sona Susan John,
Rishikesh Gokul,
Shriman Sundar,
Irene Benny,
Stelvin Charles,
J. Priyadarshini,
Mohammed Salim,
Janvi Jain,
Tushar F.,
Jainam D. Bagrecha,
Abhishek Prasad,
Jason Rosario Fernandez,
V. Marara,
Joe Matthew,
Vasu Mathur,
Juanita Baiju,
Vishnu Bhaskar,
Jyotis Matthew Varghese,
Angel Tom,
K.P. Sudarshan,
Ashley Dixon,
Kedar P,
Kaur Sodhi,
Lakshi R. Solanki,
Ayonkya Banerjee,
Lavanya Shriram,
Gaurav Agarwal,
Lucky Singh,
Karman Singh,
Manoj B.J.,
Kartika Rajesh,
Mariana Gerard,
Pratyusha Bharat,
Mayur Mahendra,
Samson Paul,
Mohammad Toheed,
Shubham Kejriwal,
Niharika Giri,
Siddharth Vasudev,
Nishant Prasad,
Shresht Sharaf,
Pavitra Sundararajan,
Harni S.,
Piyush Joshi,
Gul Narang,
Pooja N,
Ashwini Rai,
Pranav Kaimal,
Rashmi Singh,
Prateek Agarwal,
Pratyusha S.,
R. Kishore Kumar,
Sham Durgar Jain,
Rachana B.S.,
Bachelor of Commerce, International Finance, we present the first rank holder, Pranav V. Shastri, with a CGPA of 3.94.
Rahul Ain Kalat,
Abhay Chauhan,
Rekha Matthew,
Anant Mathur,
Revant B,
Anirudh Kar,
Sahiti Reddy,
Ashwin Cherath,
Saksham N. Shetty,
Ashwin Jayachandran,
Sanjay Reddy,
Chandra Prakash,
Shanu Jain,
Job and Job,
Shreya R.K.,
Nand Kishore Sunil,
Shruti Manot,
Pradyumya Jami,
Shiva S. Nath,
Roshan Rajesh,
Smita Ravichandran,
Shri Sudarshan Shanti Kumar,
Sohail G,
Sahil Shahjahan.
Saundarya N,
We present Satvik Babu K.R., the best outgoing student from the Department of Professional Studies.
Stephen Rufus Balan,
Sarid George David,
Sudeep Xavier F,
Sharon Shine,
Suman S,
Sharath V,
Tanmay Kumar,
Shreyas A,
Trisiksha Elvera and Tao,
Shreyas Ravi Kumar,
Varun M,
Tanmay Mittal,
Veta Ibn Samuel,
Vansh Nigam,
Vidhi Mittal,
Vishesh KC,
Vinay Janardhanan Tennat,
Vyom Bhatnagar,
Yash Sarda,
Wesley Shaji Thomas,
Michael Paul C,
Zubin Siddharth Pal,
Navneet R. Gopal.
Ardhika Sharma,
Section D. Abhilash PM.
Aditi Bhatnagar,
Ajay Varghese Manoj.
Alina Elizabeth Joseph,
Akash Raj.
Alicia B. Paul,
Akshata Udupa.
Amruta V. R.,
Akshita Bai R.
Lizenda Maria Rodriguez,
Andrew Saju.
Nandini A.,
Anjali K. Pujari.
New Minzi,
Ashwin Prakash.
P. Harsha,
Bhargav.
Riddhi Rajaguru Raja,
Bhumika K.S.
Ritu Joseph,
C.S. Arun Parameshwaran.
Sanjana Agarwal,
Christoph Skaria Roy.
Sejal Dubey,
Kristen DeMello.
Subhadarshini K.,
Dia Bansal.
Supriya S.,
Dhyan Chengappa K.
Swarna Vahal,
G. Hamsa Narasimhan.
Aditya D.,
Gauri H.R.
Akshat Tulsian,
Harsh Verma.
Gaurav Kumar,
Harshita R.
Ojas Sanjay,
Hitesh Chandrakumar.
Prajwal Chauhan,
Ishika Badalia.
Pratyush Dhanuka,
Irene Leslie.
Prince Tiwari,
Janak V. Kaur.
Siddharth Nair,
Janvi S.
Aditi Jain,
Jayashri R.
Adyantiya Mohanty,
Jess T. Gervasis.
Bhavika Bhatia,
Jitin.
Nidhi Sultania,
Joseph S. Tannikan.
Divya Sabu,
Julie Cherian.
Master of Commerce, International Finance, we present Subhashri Mukherjee, the first rank holder with CGPA of 3.98.
Kalyani R. Pillai Rajesh Kumar.
Rohit M.
Kartika Sumesh.
Sagar Ray Chaudhary,
Kirutika K.
Sai Chetan K.
Krishnapriya Sukumaran Nair.
Saptarishi Sarkar,
Likhit Preetham Reddy.
Vinay C.G.,
Linda Biju John.
Anisha Koshi,
M. Gitanjali.
Apurva Singh,
Mehdi Ali.
Dana Mariam James,
Merin Sebastian.
Divya Shri,
Mohammad Afzal Pasha.
Jacinda Anthony,
Mohammad Zaim Naushad.
Sandhya Shri K.K.,
Nazal Umer Shah.
Kavita B. Nair,
Nazreen K. Moideen.
Margaret Misha Thomas,
Nikita Chilakamari.
Mercy Johnny,
Nitya Shri R.
Ria Susan John,
Pallavi Belgamkar.
Roshan Thomas,
Pankaj R. Gehlot.
Rutika Gujarati,
Philip George Umen.
Tresa Suprita,
Pooja Jayachandran.
Zeel Vora,
Pooja P.
Kanishka Dikshit,
Preeti B.
Venkatesh S.,
Prisha H. Parekh.
Vaishnavi Reddy,
Rahul Putenkudi Aju.
Carolyn Jamaya,
Rahul Rao.
Manu Thomas,
Ritanya PD.
Preeksha Banika,
Rona Bernard.
Bachelor of Business Administration, Finance and Accounting, Section B. Abel Aji George,
Sai Kritik Venkatachalam Murli.
Devansh Chaudhary,
Samyukta P.
Divya Nair,
Sanchal T.A.
Epsida Goel,
Sandhya M.
Emmanuel Jude,
Shivkumar Ram Natarajan.
Gayatri Vinod,
Shreya KB.
Gopika Raj,
Shreya KM.
Gulda Manish,
Shreyal.
Harshita Podar,
Shriya Manjunath.
Hiral Rida Nadeem,
Sneha Moses.
Himanshu Jain,
Sona Sajan.
Jaren P.,
Saujanya R.
Johnson Daryl Rodriguez,
Suhas N.
Jyotish Shaiju Nair,
Surya Sagar NP.
K.A. Nishmita,
Shweta P.
Karthik Sudesh,
Tejaswini G.A.
Karthika Vijay,
Varsha Hiremat.
Kaveri Arunachalam,
Veena V. Nair.
Kevin John Matthew,
Bachelor of Business Administration, Finance and Accountancy, we present Anjali Nair, first rank holder with CGPA 3.92.
Krishna Meera B.
Akriti Anvesha Srivastava.
Kirtivas Vijay Kumar.
Abel Danny Stanley.
Mahashweta Sarkar.
Abhay Ramaswamy.
Mahal Patel.
Abhijit Balachandran.
Manan Narendra Bora.
Aditya Sanjay.
Mayank Rajan.
Alvin Anthony Joseph.
Milan Job.
Amisha Manwani.
Muskan Udeshi.
Amisha Anil Ram.
Nigel Jai George.
Anandita Kesharwani.
Nandita Jose.
Anant Khanna.
Nasir Ahmed.
Annie Jose.
Navneet Kaur.
Anusha Rastogi.
Neil Joshi.
Aryan Mittal.
Nidhi Hegde.
Ashish Isaac Vergis.
Nikhil Abhayan Pillai.
Ashwant Sudarshan.
Nimish Taparia.
Ashwin P. Aghosh.
Nishi Uday Asher.
Ayush Agarwal.
Noel Jeans.
B. Gayatri.
Om Prakash Divakar.
B. Sai Subiksha.
Prabjas Singh Segal.
Bhavesh Deepak Bulchandani.
Pranav Rangunathan.
Brinda Somani.
Prerna Pramod.
C. Ritvik.
Priya Reddy V.
Carol Joseph Ayatil.
Purvi Jain.
Catherine John.
Rinu Pereira.
Chahat Rawal.
Rohit Denzel.
Davis Gio.
Ritu Ravi.
Debin Reggie Joseph.
Sahil B. Jain.
Deep Lakhotia.
Saksham Kushal.
Dev Jyoti Sharma.
Samar Bamel.
Devang Ajit.
Santosh P.
Devika Manoj Kumar.
Sarika V. K.
Gaddam Shetty Janvi Ratna.
Shaina John D'Souza.
Harshit Agarwal.
Shebin George Sarjan.
Ritik Chawla.
Sharon Reggie Matthew.
Ishleen Arora.
Shaila Arora.
Janvi Soni.
Sneha Ganesh.
Jayashri V.S.
Shruti Biju Kumar.
Janet Elizabeth Worki.
Tanvi Bopanna.
K.J. Dinesh Ram.
Trishla Jain R.
Khushal Agarwal.
Vedant Goel.
Labdhi Otswal Jain.
Varsha Suresh.
M. Shravani.
Vidyut Madan.
Nitin Isaac Matthews.
Yash Giri.
Payal Chopra.
Yash Jain.
Pooja Murlidharan. Prashasti Jain.
Candidates of Master of
Priyanshi-
Business Candidates of Master of Business Administration, Marketing Specialization. Kamal Praveen,
Priyanshi Jogani.
Ravi Bhardwaj,
Rameshwar Kolupuri.
Akshay Sharma,
Rishi Agarwal.
Prajwal KR,
Sachin K.
Alan Agaste,
Sagar Roy.
KB Shashikumar,
Sam Abraham Vergis.
B. Frederick Blesson,
Saturvedan Murthy.
Vaishnavi Jha,
Sehja Mahajan.
Prachi Agarwal,
Shiksha Agarwal.
Archana R,
Sudipta Vinod Kumar.
Riya Shaji,
Shweta S.
Sefali Rath,
Tanmay Shashank Selot.
Tanisha Roy,
Triza Jogi Chiramvelil.
Rishabh Jain,
V.S. Nikita Shri.
Tushar Mehta,
Vaishnav Sajeev Nair.
Nishant Juneja,
Candidates of Master of Business Administration, Finance Specialization, we present Merlin George, the first rank holder with a CGPA of 3.81.
T. P. Nitin,
Shovik Day,
Farooq Yusuf,
Kailash Chaudhary,
Vimal Chandran KB,
Devanshu Dhal,
Ashish Goyal,
Pawan H,
Moses Jayasingh M,
Jerome Jacob Philip,
Arvind S,
Manu Thomas Matai,
Hiran VJ,
Shyamakanta Mishra,
Priya Kumari,
Kiran Kumar R,
Cecilin Joseph,
K. Omkareshwar,
Varsha PM,
Rimjim Kumari,
D. Sujita,
Anjana P. Rao,
Divyam Maheshwari,
Shia S. Koratil,
Mainak Bhattacharjee,
Saurav Mittal,
Roshan Varghese Daniel,
Sandeep M,
Yadu Krishnan NS,
Bhargav M,
Arun Kumar PS,
Kevin Joel,
Aditya Shivaji,
John Jacob,
Paidi Ravi Kiran,
Binu Shari,
Ritika Shubhra Basu,
Derin Thomas,
Vinisha Jain,
Akash BS,
Sarita Kumari,
Jahnavi Kumari,
Lavanya C,
Shivangi Bansal,
Shilpa S. Sundar,
Ayushi Sinha,
Aishwarya M,
Nehal Sharma,
Udit Tripathi,
Parvati Menon,
Siddhant Chauhan,
Gauri Mohan,
S. Anand Mohan,
Harini Indira,
Danny B,
Swaroop,
Boaz Babu,
Radhesham Patro,
Rahul Jacob,
Abhishek Karthik,
Surya Narayanan S,
Sashank Reddy,
Payal P. Joshi,
Syed Bismillah Ahmad Bukhari,
Anamika Lohani,
Divya Datta,
Shashvi Asthana,
Chaitra S,
Joel L. Kamil,
Shana Johnson,
Shashwat Raj,
Akhila Sunil,
Micah Francis,
Yashaswini Ravichandran,
Joel M. Alex,
Kirtana N,
Nair Revati Bose,
Divyanshu Sharma,
Rashi Aneja,
Prashant Chandrakar,
Jomon Ranjan,
Pratibha Kumari,
Priyansh Mishra,
Siddharth Sanjay,
Apurva Jain,
Jijo Varghese,
Muhammad Faiz Alam,
Kolacheri Francis Prince,
Kapil Aneja,
Ananta Krishnan MH,
Akash Chanani,
Abhijit Menon,
Shashank R. Warrior,
Akshit Jain,
Sebastian Silva S,
Sheshadri,
Rahul Raj,
Sachin J,
Sachin Kumar Yadav,
Siddharth Shivaraman,
Nayan Dwivedi,
Sundara Ganesh N,
Abhimanyu Singh,
Partha Saradi,
Unnikrishnan KV,
Vivek Naidu,
Kenneth Tony George,
Nikhil NC,
Sundarvel E,
Kriti Jain,
Raghav Tilak G,
Neha Kapoor,
Peketi Sai Krishna Vamshi,
Shirath Fayaz,
Sneha Krishnan,
Smriti Balakrishnan,
Helen Rose
Akshita
J,
Reddy,
Marathe Tejal
PS
Milan,
Sudarshana,
Ashtotra Rubini R,
Roshan Verma,
Tota Madhumita,
Sugandh Barua,
Arvind Sebastian,
Ashish Kumar,
Amog AS,
Raghav Rawat,
Dhanush Krishna,
Yogesh L. Yogesh L is awarded the Best Outgoing Student for MBA for the batch 2020-22.
Ramono Jose Jojo,
Linson Jacob,
Meghna Deepak,
Madhu Venkatram,
Nayana S,
Dinesh Kumar,
Ida Sardius D,
Saradi Vasan,
Shiva Sainath BV,
Someshwar Varma,
Hemali S. Doshi,
S. Pankaj Kumar,
Nivedita M.
Shah Priya Pankaj,
Ritika,
Ushma Sharma,
Rachana B. Rao,
Aditi,
Shimanta Sankar Datta,
Sneha Ashwath,
Shubham Tiwari,
Stella Matthews,
Hansel De Silva,
Megha Ajay,
Sahil Chelat,
Tamirabarani SS.
Navneet Nair,
We present Merlin George, the first rank holder with a CGPA of 3.81.
Vishnu Karunakar,
Vaishnav Anil,
Nandakishore S,
John Bijoy,
Vigneshwaran K,
Adeep Anil,
Vishal Kumaran,
Gautam Kumar Jadhav,
Yash Aditya Ganeshan,
M. Rohit,
Raja Joshua Raj,
Sneh Sudha Oja,
Shivangi Tomar,
Tinal Jain,
Aishwarya Raj,
Vaishnavi Maya,
Nishika Melanie Fernandez,
Aswati Nair,
Mariam Elias,
Sneha Pillai,
Jess Maria Sebastian,
Grishma Johnson,
Rukmani Singaram,
Brinda Chavan,
Sajna Sajan Thomas,
Nitya Shri,
Nihala Sadeen,
P. Lavanya,
Abhishek Ghosh,
Ronit Chaudhary,
Sambhav Sinha,
Vivek Evi,
Mohitesh Mishra,
Gautam Kumar,
Shreyas V,
Farzeen Nazar,
Ashik Cherian Philip,
Pius Pinto,
Anish Gopinath,
Dominic Bijoy,
Karun James Philip,
S. Rohit,
Albert Davis,
Manish Reddy,
Felix J. P,
Madhi Shetty Shravan Kumar,
Jeevan Bobby Varat,
Lokeshwar Reddy,
Ram Kumar N,
Priyanka M,
Sir Sabesh SP,
Prachi Bansali,
B. V. Avinash Chaudhary,
Laksha BR,
Dhanak Lange,
Sai Shri B,
Risha Singh,
Vedika Chokani,
Jagriti Goyal,
Ayush Rajgaria,
Neha Basavaraj Tandur,
Saurav Vinod,
Bhagyashri Anavekar,
Rajat P,
Nikita Matthew,
Jyotish JB,
Ashita Tangam Benson,
Nandu Nath,
Rosaline James,
Hariharan M,
Karanam Akhil,
Rishwant Venkatesh,
Simran M,
Naga Prashant,
Akash Biradar,
Shambhavi Jha,
Mohammad Sufia Khan,
Shirley Matthews,
Nipun Gupta,
Simran,
Shubham Shubhankar,
Umang Jaiswal,
Vinay Kumar B.V.,
Varshita Prakash,
Tanish Sujauddin,
Diksha D. Kamath,
A. Sharat Chandra,
BB Elizabeth Skaria,
Saumyarup Bose,
Jyoti Minu,
Piyush Kumar Tulsian,
Supriya V,
Nishant Ravi Prakash,
Simran R. Asrani,
Sebastian Tom Jose,
Nivedita Krishnan,
Emil V. Abraham,
Shravani C,
Deepu K. Panaya Cheryl,
Reddivari Savya,
Carol Sebastian Baby,
Ujay Shrestha,
Saman Nawaz,
Sarthak Kurana,
Vaishali,
Ankit Prasoon,
Avina Dubey,
Harshit Khare,
Akanksha Ranjan,
AY Balaji,
Shreya Tiwari,
James Nedumattam,
Yashi Badal,
Nishad Das C,
Shamalu Matthew,
Dipti Mishra,
Shruti Sadasivan,
Sushma Sharma,
Sneha Sivakumar,
Kriti Sharma,
Yash Bhatia,
Shivani Singh,
Tanisha Agarwal,
Nikhila Roy,
Dheeraj D. Lakhwani,
Vismaya CS,
Ashwin Yoganand,
Anita CB,
Sunil R. C.,
Teresa Thomas,
Kaplavai Hema Venkatasai Harish,
Kritika Ponambalam,
B. Jayant Reddy,
Nikila B,
Aditi Bhattacharya,
Priyansh Dhiman,
Riti Dhal,
Ankit Yadav,
Shomit Ashok Saha,
Uttapa KK,
Abhijit Singh,
Pavan Kumar HR,
Jain Prankur Hastimal,
Vajas Sani,
Akash Kumar Singh,
Christo Vanipukural George,
Mahem Gurung,
Melvin Matthews,
Siddharth Sanal M,
Abin Som,
Saurav Hutash K,
Ramesh D,
Akamsh A.S.,
Kadi Rohit,
Adarsh V.R.,
Joseph Maria Manas,
Nipun Dinesh,
Vidhi Sancheti,
Karun E.S.,
Dikshita Bora,
Muhammad Ashik S.,
Jinu and Jacob,
V. Krishna Chaitanya Somishetty,
Anagha Marine Baby,
Irene Elza Thomas,
Charles Jessica Mary,
Asta Sharma,
Sharon Tina Infant S,
Saumya Panwar,
Shireen M,
Neeta Basavaraj Tandur,
Jojin M. Jijo,
Lydia Sarah Matthew,
Prince Kumar Soni,
Shivani K. Nair,
Abhishek Kumar Srivastav,
Sama Manasa,
Raghav Agarwal,
Payal Gupta,
Samrat Sharma,
Sandeep Paul Nathan,
Pranav Premaya,
Ankita I.S.,
Sangamesh Gowda,
Kadirin K. Shraf,
Binoy J,
Mauna Das,
Rahul Alex Joshi,
K. Jayalakshmi,
Sanyo Thomas,
Yashasvi,
Alan Peter,
Praful Agarwal,
Nagarajan N,
Yunus Shakil Ahmad,
Dinesh S,
Rahul Kumar Dwivedi,
Sai Vishwanath,
Abhinav P. Kaushik,
Madan Kumar,
Jewel Shaju,
Sonali Garg,
Madhav R.
Radhika Agarwal,
Anson Joseph Anthony,
Khaju Kataria,
Joseph Tom,
Anagha S,
Sibin Arachi D,
Anne Mary Babu,
Samantavada Kumaran Arvind,
Harita M,
Yugendar G. S.,
Vaishnavi Nambiar,
Vijay Krishnan K. M.,
Nirupa Angeline,
Charan T. S.,
M. Kirtana,
Erica Maria D. Cruz,
Arun SV,
Abhilasha Bhandari,
Shivakumar,
Anaga M. Menon,
Vidit Garg,
Gadha C. T.,
Rishabh Bora,
Nakshatra U.,
Kedar Krishnan,
Abhinaya R.,
Satyanarayanan Rajesh,
Mridula Pathak,
Ajay Vairavan,
Salman Khan A.,
Narise Palli Sai Harsha,
Abhishek S. M.,
Rupsa Bandopadhyay, Lipika,
Candidates of Master of Business Administration, Lean Operations and Systems Specialization. We present Mr. Enoch Joy Das,
Just
first rank holder with CGPA of 3.7.
Snekha S,
Sijin Korean,
Arpita Tommy,
Atul MR,
Kripa Teresa George,
Kiran Suresh,
Amy Rose,
P. Dheeraj,
Aishwarya R,
Deepak VS,
Roshni Kiruboy,
Udit Kiran A,
Kambam Kavya,
Akansha Sundarani,
Tanuja KB,
Ushnil Datta, Likit KM,
Palli Meghana Naidu,
Mohana Sundaram R,
Mahesh Kumar D,
Stuti Srivastava,
Akshat Dikshit,
Madhusmita Mudali,
Karan CV,
Monica Celes ES,
Tom K. Jason,
Janani R,
Rebelor Rayan Julian,
Prateek Kumar Jha,
Bala Manikantan,
Alan Baby Varghese,
Saloni Mawandia,
Koshi P. Uman,
Shivani Pandey,
Janardhanan M,
Kritika Sahai,
Ashwin R,
Tanu Singh,
Kanan R,
Sakshi Saxena,
Dopalla Kundan,
Nityashri CV,
Devjani Das,
Arsha Siba Harikumar,
Arunima Seth,
Teresa Alex,
Shruti SG,
Neelam V,
Kari Mamta,
Kushbu Garg,
Ankit Bose, Gautam Revankar, Rishikesh Siddharth,
Candidates of Master of Business Administration, Human Resources Specialization, we present Darshini Kanungo, first rank holder with CGPA of 3.71. Shreya Makija,
Elvin Varghese,
Akanksha Upriti,
Sangeet S. Nair,
Shubhangi Raj,
Shashank Jayakrishnan,
Sharu Gupta,
J. Prabhu,
S. Sandra,
Srinath S.,
Domala Hemadurga,
Shiva Muniyappan S.,
Deepika Agarwal,
Anarapu Rajesh Reddy,
Latika Lunani,
Megan Divyana Maria Williams,
Soumya Verma,
Ankita Singh,
Tina Anna Chakanad,
Aishwarya Suresh,
Harsh Mohan,
Rajshri Rajan,
Kanika Mendirata,
Twisha,
Srikala Anand,
Gitika Saha,
Krishna Priya Manoj Kumar,
Sandeepan Samuel Das,
Shamli Singh,
Abhishek Olekar,
Brightwell Lemon,
Arvind M.,
Sumana Sabat,
Sudeep U.,
Chavi Srishti,
Nitin Franklin SV,
Shraddha Nijavan,
Manu George Michael,
Tanya Sinha,
Arvind S.,
Disha Bansali,
Abhishek Kumar B.,
Aishwarya Lakshmi,
Sharma M.,
Anmol Arora,
Anshul Jindal,
Bharat Yes,
Aarti Sen B.,
Sohini Sarkar,
Lakshmi AP,
Shaba Bano,
Sasnapuri Sunila,
Shreya Karan,
Venu Prasad D.,
Shilpa,
Prithvi Raj V.,
Dikshika,
Mahidhar Karnam, Akshay R.,
Rashini Kanu,
Joel Joy, Srijit Rathisan,
Darshini Kanu,
Brinto Saju,
Pranav Raj,
Vijay J.,
Rupali Gupta,
Rahul B.,
Jayalakshmi,
Jeho Kristen M.,
Suprita,
Suraj Bontapuri,
Suchitra Inbanadan,
Kalakonda Rajasimha,
Vishal,
Anvesha Sarma,
Joshua,
Dipali Dipti,
Shuchi Rawat,
Iron Francis,
Shardi Shetty,
Sharanya P.,
Litti Chako,
Bompalli Amruta Raj,
Arya Rajendra,
Roshan Ravi,
Akshara PS,
Prasad Kumar S.,
Alina James,
Deepak John Michael,
Sahana Shri BA,
Albi Alex,
Anupriya,
Prithvi Raj Sahu,
Shubham,
Amla Anna Varghese,
Ria Maria Jose,
Sabela Shri Satyavarshini,
Nikita CP,
Joe Sebastian,
Shilpa A,
Santosh P.,
Aishwarya Roy,
S. Gautam,
Eva Reshma Topo,
Megha Madhu,
Datla Kirti,
Nikhil Singh Sisodia,
Ayush Chauhan,
Sagar K.S.,
Urja Patnaik,
Balagovind S.,
Devrati Samanta,
Mohammad Kashif Akhtar,
Roslyn Ignulo,
Riya Tomar,
Jismi Varghese,
Pallavi R.,
Sabha Kittu,
Sujit V.,
Emmanuel John,
Monish V.,
Yogita Taneja,
Arvind N.G.,
Muskan Ahuja,
Anandita R.,
Neha Singhal,
J. Narendra,
Apurva Gopinath,
Kaushik K.,
Hema Nagpal,
Aromal S.,
Bandi Lakshmi Ipsita,
Nandakumar R.,
N. Gautami,
Alvin Bharti A.R.,
Shiva, Celine George,
Janisha A.,
Vanya Anna James,
Akash N.,
Hannah Cherian,
Matthew John Jose,
Shailaja,
Jagdish K.,
Shakina Blessy,
Roshan Prabhakar S.,
Divyanshi Singh,
Santosh Raj D.,
Mahima Esther Ubed,
Venkatesh Prabhu R.,
Atlanta Priyadarshini,
Sneha Ann Thomas,
Kishore,
Suryendu C.S.,
Thomas Varghese,
Ranjana B.N.,
Sneha Philip,
Gajala Kiran Mai,
candidates of Master of Business Administration, Business Analytics Specialization, we present Nadeen Abdul Kareem, first rank holder with CGPA of 3.79.
Abhishek Upadhyay,
Aritra Ghosh,
Akash Nirgundi,
Karthik M,
David Jose,
Pranav KR,
Akash,
Roshan Anand Kriplani,
Kelvin Bharti A.R.,
Bosle Sai Sandeep,
Shankar Ganesh L.,
Maumita Datta,
Rashmi R.,
Shraddha Das,
Pavitra K.,
Harini K,
M. Harsh Butra,
Vishnu CR,
Vaibhav Joshi,
S. Sindura,
Prajwal LP,
Devika Manoj,
Bonnie George Varghese, Cheryl Joshi, Ignatius Daniel T.,
Mayank Bali,
Shubhalakshmi K.,
Anchal,
Sarvesh Bikanavar,
Nitya Chalapati,
Aishwarya Thomas,
Abil MS,
D.T. Supreet Rao,
Neshak,
Jagarlamudi Maunika Chaudhary,
Aku Venkatasai Pavan Kumar,
Kishore Kumar LG,
Janvi Kumari,
Mohammad Riaz M,
Kagita Srileka,
Gautam N,
Abhishek Sudan,
Nitin B,
Rushali More,
candidates of Master of Business Administration, Christ University and Master of Science,
Anumoda.
Virginia Commonwealth University, Girish L. Reddy,
Anmula Sai Sadhana,
N. Ullas,
Ajay Krishna Jayakumar,
Aishwarya MS,
Abhinav Ratnam,
Revuri Shriman,
Ishita Bhatnagar,
K. Anil Kumar Patro,
Nishu Agarwal,
Sonu M. Jadhav,
Sakshi Singh,
Francis Sebastian,
Komal Nagarajan,
Rashmi Surya,
Devashish Manil Bose,
Kushal J,
Rijoy Paul,
VJ Hemant.
Ajitesh Bertrand de Cruz, Nikita Panna,
Candidates of Bachelors of Business Administration, Bachelors of Law, Section A, we present Akash Thomas Jose, first rank holder with a CGPA of 3.65.
Mohit Agarwal, Tejas
Abhishek
Prasad,
Sriram, Aditya R,
Belvin Benny,
Aditya Agrawal,
Yuvanesh ARS,
Amrut Anand, Anumula Gurucharan, Anurag Shah,
Ram Prakash M,
Arjun Kamath,
Shoragudi Vamsikrishna,
Arvind M,
Shifali Agarwal,
C. Pramod,
Venkat Reddy Mugadnanavar,
Dhruvo Das,
Abin Thomas,
Gaurav Khatri,
Sonal Singh,
Gurmahar Singh Chawla,
Anagasi,
Jeevan Sarabeshwaran Hari,
Guripati Loksai,
Joseph Ivan Michael,
Matthew K. Francis,
Marutanayagam Venkatesh M,
Aishwarya Jayakumar,
Patel Sharan God,
Joylyn Mary Matthew,
Pranav Kumar S,
Harshrim Pardal,
Rajveer Singh Gurudat,
Preetam Tupad,
Ruben Joe Tonio,
Baki Akhil,
Samkit Surana,
Venkata Sai Krishna Nivarthi,
Samyak Dalal,
Arpita Vinay Gaonkar,
Siddhant Murlidharan,
Shivani A. Amaravati,
Vijay Tarshet Nikanti,
Krishna Chaitanya Reddy K.R.,
Adhya M,
Darshana Jose,
Alvina Scaria,
Rabi Shah.
Anisha Keshava,
Candidates of Master of Business Administration, International Business and Finance Specialization, we present Anmol Sholapur Mat, first rank holder with CGPA of 3.49.
Ayushi Goyal,
Mohammad Owais Shamsi,
Divya Pinedo, Gauri Krishnan,
Guransh Goel,
Harshita Kakkar,
Mary Angela,
K. Prajna Karyappa,
Benny Sebastian,
Lavanya GT,
Mahesh Sajan,
N. Priyadarshini,
Sandhya Girish Kumar,
Neha Catherine Jason,
Siddharthan S,
Netra Vasudevan,
Vignesh M,
Prakriti Jingran,
S. Chanduri Bhavani,
Priyakshi Kumra,
Neetu Elizabeth Joseph,
Shifali Tasha Fernandez,
Michael Raj Silvaraj,
Shivangi Saxena,
Ria Jain,
Shrishti G. Shetty,
Tarun Agarwal,
Tejashri J.
Isaac C. Matthew,
Viola Rodriguez,
Ashwati Paes,
Section B, Rajshri Suryakant Sheth,
Adira Unikrishnan,
Aditya Raj Pahwa,
Karnati Charan,
Ajit Srinivas,
Mary Femina KS,
Alan Scaria,
Vijay Sendil R,
Anup Abraham Jacob,
Harsh Kumar,
Avinash Kurungot,
Ranjit B,
Ayan Yahya Siddiqui,
Chitra Ravindran,
Bharani Bharati,
Haripriya E,
Digant Raj Sehgal,
Shivam Gupta,
Istavan Daniel Cardozo,
Aishwarya Revant Siddha
Girish
Danikar,
A.
Mahima Rawat,
Guru Raj Mamdi,
Reddy Sriranjani Babu,
H. Arun Jaganathan,
Sara Srivastava,
Harkaran Singh Kochar, Harshavardhan Manjunatha Swami,
Durjati,
P. L. Sundar, Prashant Chandak, Pulkit Lodha,
Candidates of of Arts, Bachelor of Law. Section A, we present Pahul Son, first rank holder with CGPA of 3.69.
Sai Kaushik Gunda,
Abhinav Vishwanath,
Satyam,
Abhishek Rudra,
Shashank D. Bharadwaj,
Alex Biju,
Sudanva Siddhant Holla,
Aman Ketwal,
Swagat CR,
Anish Johnson,
Titash Bhattacharya,
Divyanshu Modi,
Varun Muthukumar,
J. Ananta Narayanan,
Viju Nadubakkar,
Joyston Prajwal D'Souza,
Y. Amog Shetty,
Kuttappa Bibi,
Akriti Singh,
Paul Abraham,
Eba,
Prakhar Gupta,
Akshay V,
Sachit Ram,
Anisha Tom,
Sai Muridharan Korishetti,
Anne Clara Tommy,
Sanjeev Kumar,
Ashwati Radhakrishnan,
Shrikara Chakravarti,
Aishwarya Singh,
Siddharth Sen,
Kezia Rashmi Zud,
Shrintan Hampi,
Lenity Thomas,
Steve Gonzalez,
M. Sapna Kataria,
Sumonto Chakravarti,
Maria Girishaj Borges,
Swapnil Tavni,
Neha Mariam Thomas,
Vishnu Mangalvedkar,
Nidhi Gupta,
Ananya P. Murlidhar,
Panya Mathur,
Anjali Bhaskar,
Pooja Katil,
Ankita Malik,
Sakshi Jain,
Anushka Borkar,
Soumya Pandotra,
Arunima Sharma,
Shushmita Vishwanathan,
Arya Kumar,
Varsha Karunanand,
Divya Meenakshi R,
Joshna Sahani,
Joanne Hadassa Karim,
Saksha Bhagwan,
K. Sai Preeti,
Joseph Bibin,
M. Nandita,
Martina Martin PM.
Nisha Harish,
Candidates of Master of Law in Intellectual Property and Trade Law. We present Shri Bhavanisha KS, first rank holder with a CGPA of 3.49.
Priyadarshini Venkatesh,
Aditya Behra,
Risha Kulasheshtra,
Anirudh Chetanath,
Sanjana S. Jain,
Mahatre Ashutosh Nilesh,
Shambhavi Sharan,
Janmejoy Datta Roy,
Shanvi Agarwal,
Manu Thomas George,
Smriti R,
Nitin Rajiv,
Tarunya S,
Pranav Verma M,
Daryl Corey,
Srupatik Deb,
Krati Agarwal.
Tatil Clint George,
Section B, Aaron Antonio Alvarez,
Yash Sharma,
Anip Chakraborty,
Aditi Agarwal,
Arjunjot Singh Chahal,
Aishwarya Singh,
Arpit Sachan,
Anagha Nair,
Chaitanya Singh,
Anjana Pradeep,
Chandrasekhar V. Pillai,
Anjana R,
Ishak Gupta,
Archana Das,
Jose K. John,
Drashti Parag Patwa,
K.V. Dishant,
Gunjan M,
Kavesh Raja R,
Krupa K. Varghese,
Manav R,
Neha Varshini,
Manish Kumar S,
Neha Mittal,
Nakul Chengappa K.K.,
Nidhi Mehta,
Nikhil H. Bosle,
Nidhi Srivatsa,
Nitish S,
Oindrila Roy Mohuri,
Purushrat Dul,
Pinky Banerjee,
Rishi Yadav,
Preetha Bomik,
Ritik Itira Abbey,
Priya Das,
Rohit Kashyap MS,
Priyanka Saraswat,
Savio Alex Sanjay,
Ravina R. Nair,
Savanesh Ram R,
Reshma S.,
Varun Pagnas,
Richa Chaudhary,
Vedant Goswami,
Sania Mariam Thomas,
Vikram Chandra Shekhar,
Sneha Satish,
Vinayak Gupta,
Vaishnavi Pratap,
Yuvraj Ranolia,
Shreya Basu,
Ardra Anthony Tekekara,
Doita Das,
Aksa Aip,
Gunjan Agarwal,
Anaga S. Bharatwaj,
Gopika S. Gopan,
Anushka Mascarenas,
Melby V. George,
Apurva U. Kumar,
G. Vinaya,
Brinda Jayasimha,
Chippa Soumya,
Divya Shukla,
Karishma Mariam Apachankuti,
Gagana M,
Candidates of Master of Law in Corporate and Commercial Laws, we present Mani Abhinaya K, first rank holder with a CGPA of 3.48.
Gauri R,
Akash Kumar Payal,
Kavya S,
Gurudat KS,
Kushala Prasad,
N. Kamlesh,
Leanne Sisley Joseph,
Naveen Kumar M,
M. Srinidhi,
Pavan Kumar,
Nehal Tapadia,
Pratyush Srivastava,
Raksha HR,
Shivappa Umesh Godemi,
Riddhi Porwal,
Shivaprakash M. Nagarale,
S. Manisha,
Srinivas B. Patil,
Sarah Irene Mir,
Siddharth Srivastav,
Shweta R. Shinoy,
Sri Ramakrishnan P,
Swastika Mukherjee,
Sultan Cyril Roy,
Tanvi R,
Vaishak Nair U,
Ilana Rose Sibi,
Angel Rose Wilson,
B. M. Basve Gowda.
Anisha Joseph,
Section C, Aaron Thomas,
Apurva Mishra,
Abel Thomas Matthew,
Arushi Bhan,
Alan S. Joseph,
Athira Sabu,
Aniket Datta,
Carol James,
Anurag Sheel Gupta,
Divya Darshini P,
Arnab Das Gupta,
Ishita Bhasin,
Divyansh Watts Tyagi,
Haripriya K,
Fida Shaikh Farooq,
Impana S. Narayana,
Geo Kennedy K,
Ishita Pal,
Harsh,
Jeffy Johnson,
Jogi Matunni,
Kavya P,
Karan Parmar,
Krishna Priya,
Mohammad Nohir Kalandar Shakil,
Kritika Gupta,
H.K. Nagasai Shrikar,
Namra Mohanty,
Nischal K.M.,
Rachita Roy,
P. Malikarjun,
Rashi Joshi,
Prajwal B. Patel,
Reshmi Datta,
Princeton Pius,
Shakti Shweta N,
Rajat,
Sandra Paul,
Rito Benny,
Samyukta Verma,
Rons V. Anil,
Shivani Singh,
S. Akshay Srinivas,
Soni Ayushi Balkrishna,
Tyagi K. Sancheti,
Spardha Jaiswal,
Yash Upadhyaya,
Sri Raksha B,
Aditi A,
Tapasya B,
Gada Ajay,
Titi Agarwal,
Ishkare Chaudhary,
Uma N,
Kirtana Keshavan,
V. Krishna Lasya,
Kirti V. Shetty,
Vijayakar Tanmay Sachin,
Mabel Sunny.
Radhika Nautiyal,
We now present Muskan Wadhwa, recipient of the Bharati and Suresh Shroff Gold Medal for Excellence in Law, instituted by Mr. Shardul Suresh Shroff, Executive Chairman of Shardul Amarchand Mangaldas.
Candidates of Master of Law in Constitutional and Administrative Law. We present Renji T. Roy, first rank holder with a CGPA of 3.66.
Neeti Nihal.
Kishore P.
Rajeshwari S. Kuchalli.
Likhit D.
Rida Amin.
Roshan Ratnam.
S. Varada.
Manu Marian Abraham.
Sahana Pratap Simha.
Noor Nawaz.
Sanjana Manoj.
Prashant S.
Sindhu Suresh.
Rishav Das.
Snigdha Sangi.
Roshan Melvin Lobo.
Saundarya Rathor.
Saket Sharma.
Spurti M. Arun.
Saptarshi Banik.
Subiksha S.
Sardar Karanveer Singh.
Teresa Ann John.
S.R. Gagan Reddy.
Vina Varshini U.
Srijan Singh.
Vanshika Maheshwari.
Yashwant H.N.
Arati P.
Yashwant Reddy.
Candidates of Master of Science, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, we now present P. Paranit, first rank holder with a CGPA of 3.8.
Abhinaya S.
Ayush Kedia.
Aishwarya S. Anchade.
Debin Denny.
Anushri S.
Dhaval Chaudhary Patel.
Arundhati K. S.
Krishna.
Arya Murli.
Kushagra Madan.
Charuta Nair.
Meghnanath M.
Cicely Martin.
Parshnand VB.
Diksha M. Kamli.
Sricharan KS.
Essa Pradhan.
Suyash Agarwal.
Glory V. Gregory.
Yash Rati.
Harini KJ.
VR Nitin Sai Reddy.
Kirti Garg.
Asmita N.
Madhushri GS.
Nitya Anand Raj.
Maitri BS.
Renushri S.
Manali Srivastava.
Sanjana Uttappa M.
Manju Priya S.
Sri Lakshmi RK.
Namita Filson.
Swarupa G.
Nisha Garg.
Merushri.
Pallavi Singh Dev.
Mir Sarwa Hussain.
Prachi Mishra.
Viral MR.
Preksha R. Lalwani.
Candidates of Master of Science, Actuarial Science, we present Pedina Shripriya, first rank holder with a CGPA of 3.96.
Rachana Dhar.
Anwin Wanikchand.
Rekha Daisy Lobo.
Karan Sanjay Kale.
Sakina Davud.
Yash Raj Stalin.
Shalini Maria Binoy.
A. Amrita.
Shambhavi S.
Akshata Rao.
Sri Raja S.
Angel Matthew.
Shweta Maria Solomon.
Naomi Achu Philip.
Sidra Jami.
Vasudha Sebison.
Tabitha R.
Candidates of Master of Arts in International Studies, we present Granth Vanik, first rank holder with a CGPA of 3.7.
Roshni KB.
Abraham Joseph Martin.
Diaz Michelle Jerry.
Alan Holmes.
Thomas Elias K.
Avinash Kumar.
Aishwarya SR.
Bolimpalli Nirakshan.
Thank you.
R. Raja Narayanan. Jaro Faustin A. Jashil Samuel J. Johan M. Cherian. Kushal PK. Prasanna Venkatesh M. Sandeep Shrikar Gaushal. Sundaravelu M. Syed Saiban I. Udbhav Krishna P. Vineet Daniel Vinoy. Vishnu Prasad E. Vishnu R. Kumar. Aishwarya Annie Santosh. Anjali Agarwal. Anne Joseph. Catherine Sylvia Mary C. Dakshina S. Diksha Pandey. Dinsi Adlakha. Haspreet Kaur. Jagriti Senapati. Judith Blessy B. Kashvi Batra. Kawang Taya Rinzing. M. Minu Maria. Mariam Rehan Masood. Nandana S. Nair. Raga Ramakrishnan. Senzivita Chowdhury. Sentirenla Imchan. Sharika Balachandran. Simran Tandi. Sneha M. Surya Srinivasan. Varsha B.S. Vinci Vinod Verghese. Wonchi Benny Patton. Julia Elizabeth Jiggy. M. Vibha Venugopal. Thank you.
I request all the candidates recommended for the award of the degrees to kindly stand up. I request for the Chancellor to confer the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, as the Chancellor of Christ deemed to be University, I hereby award you the degrees mentioned, having been examined, certified, and approved by the University under the School of Business and Management, School of Commerce, Finance and Accountancy, School of Law, and School of Social Sciences. I charge you that ever in your life, thought, action, and conversation, you show yourselves worthy of the degree awarded.
I request the graduates to please remain standing. In your convocation ceremonial handbook, please turn to page 7 for the graduation pledge. I request Dr. Jane Matthew, Dean, School of Business and Management, to administer the pledge.
Graduates, please keep your right hand close to your heart and repeat the pledge after me. As a graduate of Christ deemed to be university, I promise to uphold the dignity, honor, and prestige of this university. I will conduct myself with honesty and integrity, taking responsibility for my actions and respecting the rights, opinions, and dignity of all. I will cherish the core values and graduate attributes inculcated in me in this temple of learning and will uphold them in the journey of my life. I will use my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability for the advancement of learning, for the well-being of humanity, and for public good. I will strive to create a better society with a sense of fairness, social justice, and environmental responsibility. I will follow the path of righteousness with respect to all ethical considerations to prove myself a worthy citizen of my country. As I leave the portals of my alma mater, I promise to carry on the good tradition I belong to in whatever I do, strengthened by the mission and guided by the vision of excellence and service. I take this pledge by reaffirming my faith in God Almighty, who will always be my guiding spirit.
You may please be seated now. Congratulations, you are now graduates. May I now request our Honorable Chancellor to deliver the convocation address.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Abraham, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Jose, Dr. Anil Joseph Pindo, the Registrar, Dr. Joni Joseph, the Controller of Examinations, distinguished guests, esteemed deans, faculty members, Mr. Jugnu Broi, the Alumni President, beloved parents, new graduates, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let's give a thunderous applause to class 2022. Yes, you deserve it. You fought the good fight, finished the race, and earned the crown of recognition in a very historic and unprecedented time in history of pandemic COVID-19. Your parents deserve much louder applause. It has been a difficult and anxious time for your parents and all your dear ones, and they stood by your side as protection and strength. I congratulate the entire Christ University family for grooming these graduates into responsible and mature adults and quality professionals with expertise in their discipline of study along with life skills. Dear members of the faculty, you deserve our applause and appreciation. For being with them in their long journey of dark nights and anxieties. The pandemic changed everything all over the world. You took the road less traveled by or not yet traveled by anyone with the creative learning methods so that these Christites may shine among the best in the world. For the Vice Chancellor and the leadership team, it has been a unique challenge, a new way of being a university in crisis time. The pandemic kept teachers and students away from the campus, but Christ used this disruption as an opportunity to experiment with technological innovation for more expansive and effective pedagogy. That set Christ apart from the rest, and the latest national survey certify that Christ University has become one of the most preferred universities in the country. With its high-profile national institutional ranking, strategic learning process, high-impact research and publications, quality placements, world-class infrastructure, and compassionate social outreach. This has been made possible through the visionary leadership of Reverend Dr. Abraham CMI, the Honorable Vice Chancellor. Let's give him a round of applause. I'm sure today's youngsters are smarter, more confident, and connected than previous years. Pandemic has set them to face any odds in life. They have today's winning currencies of flexibility, adaptability, and speed. More than work, they do more of networking. More than reading, they do more Googling. Work from home earned them more marks than on campus. When you joined 3 years back, university told you no mobile phone in the classroom. But later, you had no classroom, but only a mobile phone. You are indeed really special, beloved graduates. Till today, you may have been making judgments on your teachers, institution, family, and society. The world is corrupt and sickening. Teachers are rather eccentric and biased. Office system is rigid and intolerant. Administration is very strict, old-fashioned, and archaic. And you thought you are okay, but they are not that okay. But today onwards, you are counted one among them. Dear graduates, today you move from the School of Social Sciences, Commerce, Management, and Law to the School of Life, School of Career and Profession. Remember, being a Christite, you are called to be primarily a happy person and to bring happiness to the face of every person, to your beloved parents and all your beloved ones and all your stakeholders, and especially the less privileged and the poor. Jesus Christ, the joy to the world, stated, I have told you these things so that my joy may be in you and your joy may be complete. Happiness is an inside job. Some countries like Bhutan focus on gross national happiness than gross national product as a sign of progress. When you say you are from Christ, the world expects from you a higher happiness quotient. Christ promises a happiness that cannot be taken away from you by anyone or anything. And to realize this, you need two wings of Christ: excellence and service. About Christ, it is written, people astonished and said, how well he does everything. Yes, Christites have a DNA of excellence in all that they do. Professional will and personal integrity are the marks of excellence. We are sure Class 2022 will outperform the rest of the alumni with your resilience and new learning. But it is not enough. You may be excellent, but may not be happy unless you have the second wing of Christ, service. Happy people are those who help the less fortunate and make them happy. The beauty of life does not depend on how happy you are, but on how happy others can be because of you. Ability without availability is a liability. When you reach the top, you should remember to send the elevator back down for others. Along with the corporate social responsibility, don't forget your personal social responsibility to bring justice to the poor. Jesus Christ says, truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these my brothers and sisters, you did it to me. St. Kuriakos Elias Chavra, the founder of CMI congregation, states, let there be no day in your life in which you did no good to others. The father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, has given a test to assess your lasting happiness. Recall the face of the poorest and the weakest man or woman whom you may have seen, and ask yourself if the step you contemplate is going to be of any use to him or her. The world knows that Christites are a happy lot. But you are a true Christite only when you bend down and help the less privileged get up. Be careful what you wish, for it may come true. May I wish you a graceful and happy life. Thank you.
Christ University has a vibrant alumni foundation, which is ably led by Mr. Jugunu Oberoi, a graduate of first batch of Christ in 1969. His team works tirelessly to keep each outgoing Christite connected to the university. May I request Mr. Jugunu Oberoi, President of the Christ University Alumni Foundation, to felicitate the graduates.
By God, too many speakers for my graduation. When will this fat guy be over so we can click pictures with our batchmate and parents? Yes, this is exactly what I was also thinking way back in my campus during my graduation too. Only that time, we took black and white camera pictures with our batchmates being all guys. Unfortunately, it was not a co-ed college in my time, while today you have these charming ladies dressed in their best Indian look, and that too back from the beauty parlor. And that too, you take colored pictures. Jealous? Yes, I am. That's why when I met Bishop Kuriel, the principal who introduced co-ed in Christ in the 1980s, I asked him why the fathers were so harsh with us that we had an all-boys college. Plus, that's why I had to go across the seas to find my own better half. Father smiled and replied, Jugnu, during your time and batches after you, we found the students' attendance going down in classes while their visits to the gates of Mount Carmel and Jyotinivas College was going up. So we fathers thought it best to bring them into Christ. Friends, today I'm in a mourning. I'm in black today, as you would have seen. The reason is your director and my dear friend, Father Benny. As you know, we've been having convocations from the last 3 days here. Last convocation yesterday, over lunch we met together when Father Chancellor told me, Jugnu, you speak well, the students liked you. Father Benny came and was on the table with us. He told me, Jugnu, tomorrow you're facing my students from law and my departments. They make sure that you speak well, otherwise they'll not clap for you. I just want to remind you, my friends, he is your past, I am your present and future. Plus, I am family now to you. Now let me rush back to formal, boring few hours of address. Otherwise, Dean Biju Thomas will find me for spoiling today's decorum. My good friend and excellent speaker, learned Chancellor, Dr. Reverend Father Paul, our Vice Chancellor, the Honorary Colonel from the Indian Armed Forces, Dr. Father Abraham, who has led his battalion of students so well during the pandemic to ensure each one of you can reach the graduation, be it through online or offline. Friends, today I'm going to share you something about your Vice Chancellor or my good friend. This is our 8th convocation this month. We have had 5 in Bangalore, 2 in Lavasya, and 1 in Ghaziabad. It was only possible because he agreed we'll go directly instead of going offline and going on the net, etc., like every year, last few years, though the pandemic is still on. You had this convocation just because of this one gentleman who said, yes, no, I will go ahead with all convocation, and he has attended all the convocations with us. Let me also add, when he took over from a very excellent Vice Chancellor, which you may have not met some of you, Father Thomas, who's today their general, he had a difficult time. He's just started when the pandemic came in and when COVID hit. And the first 1 year, we all know how frightened we were. We were never sure whether 30 feet, whether the pandemic can hit us, whether you can touch something or not. During that time, he took over as Vice Chancellor. Instantly, he changed the entire system from online to offline. He trained the staff. He was always ready, though there was a lot of strikes outside by outside people stating that why exams are held. the courts and UGC saluted him for leading the way, being the first college to go ahead with the examination and admissions. I think this was something great. Beside that, in this pandemic, which I would say it's still on, he completed number of projects, the very needed, which you have seen in this campus, what I call the PhD or the research block, the excellent block of in the Kengeri campus, if some of you have seen the architect block, and which was next to impossible. None of us thought it would be a true this thing. Our lands and details were stuck at the Yashwantpur. He got the clearance, the construction is on, and on 1st August, he will be inaugurating it with over 3,000 students. I mean, this is one man's effort. May I request my alumni to stand up? I know you stood up quite time, it was irritating, to give him one standing ovation as that. Join me, anybody else who would like and can join, and clap. Give this Vice Chancellor a standing ovation. He deserves it. So I know, being a part of this institution from 22 years, what all we have done. Thank you, my friends. Please be seated. My fellow alumnus and the very popular Father Jose, the Pro Vice Chancellor, the polished gentleman in Registrar, Dr. Anil, every Christite's enemy in control of examination, Professor Johnny Joseph, as he refuses to give us any grace marks, respected deans, HOD, faculties, proud parents, invitees, and above all, the eye of today's apple, my fellow graduating Christites, my namaskarams, walaikum salam, sat sri akal, and a very good afternoon to one and all. This day, you have received some great advice from speakers before me and urge you to keep that in mind. Let me now, as your senior, add a small bit to their thoughts. At the outset, I carry the greetings of thousands of your fellow Christites who have walked out of this fine institution with the head held high. You're fortunate that you have graduated from one of the finest universities in the country. While on its teaching and principle, I just want to wish to remind you of two very small aspects which we tend to forget, that we are Indians first and a culture needs to be upheld. Yes, do celebrate later this evening by partying with your friends and batchmates. A glass of beer or wine too is much deserved for putting the hard work in this last 15, 20 years. But my friends, please, before that, go home. Thank the old couple as you youngsters address your dear parents. Carry a rose, a chocolate, or take their blessings and thank them for walking the distance with you. Give them a jadoo ki jappi, or just say, thank you, Ma and Pa. My fellow Christites, I do not remember if I have said these two words to my parents, and even today I long to do so. But unfortunately, fate has separated us. Let history not be repeated with you. Do recall how, at a just drop of a hat, you told your dear mother to wake you up at 4 a.m. for a test to study. The poor lady tosses and turns the whole night in fear she will miss the alarm, then wakes you up much before with a steaming hot cup of coffee and tries to keep waking you up. Remember the number of times your dear father has quietly kept his necessities in order for you to have a better time in college. Here, my friend, I leave your thoughts with a very touching story. After his father's death, the son decided to leave his mother at an old age home where he visited her off and on. One day, he received a call from the old age home stating, "Your mother is very serious. Please come and visit her." The son rushed to the home and found his mother in a dying state. He asked her, "Ma, what can I do for you?" She replied, "Please, son, can you install some fans in this home as there are none? Also, can you put a fridge for the betterment of food, as many a times I have slept hungry without food?" Son was rather surprised and asked her, "Ma, while you were here, you never mentioned or complained to me. Now that you have a few hours left, why are you asking me and telling me this, Ma?" With tears in her eyes, she replied, "It's okay, dear. I have managed to bear the heat and the hunger and pain, but I fear when your children will put you here, you will not be able to bear it. That, my Christites, is every parent. Even in their last breath, they will always remember you. Then why don't we give them the love and respect they deserve? In the same tone, our scriptures tell us we bow to our gurus first, then the Lord above. These faculties have given you all their wealth of knowledge, and no money in this world can buy this. If it was so, each one of us would have been a Bill Gates or a Narayan Murthy. They ask nothing in return, but look forward to your visit one day to tell them the plant they have watered has given fruits. In the lighter tone, coming back to the alumni, it's no more an association. We are registered as an alumni foundation under the NAC and UGC rules. I hope you have registered your name in the alumni webpage, as it will keep you in touch with the happenings in the campus. Remember always, we Christites are the owners of this fine campus. These men in whites are only our caretakers. It's our voice outside the campus which is heard and respected. Therefore, do talk highly of our second home. We have a number of alumni events, Wise the Scholarship for the needy Christites, Fun Fiesta for the staff and faculties coming up in August, medical camps for the entire campus, the much-awaited Alumni Family Day held every 26th January at all our campuses, etc. There are many of the other events. Do join in these events. Recently, I have introduced the Parent-Child Association, where an alumni can adopt a fellow student from the very first batch, or the first year, as I say, and guide him or her as a parent, be it in studies, internship, placements. It costs us nothing, max 30 to 40 minutes a week, that too on any social media. It will help that fellow student to become a more successful Christite. Do mail to your faculty and offer your service. In turn, they will allocate a student to you. Time today is not with me, but before I bid you farewell, would like to share a poem which my late father gave me at my graduation, which even today I read when I am in trouble or in difficulty. He called it an odd philosophy of life. Man comes into this world without his consent, leaves it against his will. And while on earth, he is misguided and misunderstood. In infancy, he is an angel. In boyhood, he is a devil. And in manhood, he is a fool. If he has a wife and children, he is a chum. If he is a bachelor, he is inhuman and mean. If he enters a public house, he is a drunkard. And if he stays out of it, he is a miser. If he is poor, he has no brains. If he is rich, he has all the luck in the world and is a crook. If he goes to the temple, it's for hypocritic. And if he stays away, he is a sinner. If he gives charity, it's for advertisement. If he does not, he's stingy. When he comes into this world, everybody wants to kiss him. Before he leaves this world, everybody wants to kick him. If he dies young, he had a great future. If he lives to a ripe old age, everybody hopes he has made a will. It is therefore impossible to please everyone. So do your duty, be fearless, use your common sense, which is so uncommon. And if you make mistakes, it is better than doing nothing. Keep smiling. Nobody wants to hear your troubles, as they have wagon loads of their own. Signing off, I say, mere dost, kabhi alvida mat kehna. The gates of Christ University are always open for its Christites. God bless you. Godspeed. Jai Hind.
Now I call upon Mr. Abhishek Sudan, MBA from the School of Business and Management, representing today's graduates, to felicitate the graduates and the university, after which the university choir will render the farewell and benediction song.
By three methods may we learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is bitterest. A wonderful day to everybody present here. My name is Abhishek Sudan, And I'd like to start off by thanking the Lord Almighty for blessing all of us, without which none of us would be where we are today. Honorable Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. Paul Achandi, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. Colonel Abraham VM, Pro Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. Jose C.C., Registrar, Dr. Anil Joseph Pinto, Controller of Examinations, Dr. Johnny Joseph, Deans, Heads of Departments and Specializations, Coordinators, and esteemed faculty members. And last but not the least in any manner, my dear Christites, warm greetings to all. Congratulations, the class of 2022. Yes, we did it. The class that faced one of the most challenging times in the history of humanity. It is my great honor and privilege to stand before you to share our experiences representing the School of Law, School of Commerce, Finance and Accountancy, School of Social Sciences, and the School of Business and Management. As I think of what I want to share with you today, I can't help but recall what has happened in the past years. 2 years ago, most of us may have been worrying about whether we would even be able to come down to Bangalore for the offline sessions. We faced a lot of uncertainties. We studied in an environment that we had never been to before, but we fought hard and worked hard to rise up to the challenges before us. We appreciate the management and the faculty members for their support and everything that they have done for us to tide over the days of pandemic through online and hybrid modes of quality learning and assessments. Today, as I see our classes gathered here in this hall, it is proof that we have all succeeded. And with that, please allow me to say, kudos, my fellow graduates, a job well done. We recall the excitement when we finally had our face-to-face class interaction and the eagerness to meet our classmates in person. We long to learn together with these great people from all over the country. Some of us for 2 years, some of us for 3 years, and some of us for 5 years. Wow. We recall sleepless nights because of assignments, quizzes, seminars, case studies, and whatnot. We smile as we remember being anxious as we walk towards our mentors' and guides' cabins, and no one can forget how relieved we were when we finally handed in our final deliverables. To have a fulfilling life in this new, emerging world and to become an architect of the future, we need to have a holistic approach and venture out beyond what our academics teaches us. The never-ending exposure that the university has provided us through co-curricular and extracurricular activities, clubs, associations, and internships is something that has molded us into industry-ready professionals with a global outlook. Our faculties consistently motivated us to have a holistic approach by imparting personal, interpersonal, and societal skills. I am proud to say that today we are transformed. We are different from the persons that we were when we first got into this temple of learning. We have transcended into a new humanity that appreciates diversity and inclusion. Maybe a decade from now, we might not remember some of the concepts and theories that we learned in class, but we will remember the love we shared here. And at the end of the day, it is the love for us, our friends, our faculty, and our university with humanity at large that will make the difference in our lives. And yes, as the mission statement goes, we have been trained to become socially responsible leaders. Now, let me take this opportunity to extend our gratitude to all those who have contributed to our success through their valuable support and cooperation. I would like to present my sincerest thankfulness to our dearest parents. Without them, we would never be where we are today. Whatever we are, it is completely to them. And it wasn't an easy journey for them as well. We thank the management of Christ University for providing us with the best learning environment. We express gratitude to all our professors who guided us towards the knowledge of the greatest righteousness in such troubled times, fighting the nature itself to provide us with quality education. We remember our non-teaching staff for all the support that they have given us in such troubled times. I take this opportunity to thank my friends who are with us against all odds. They never failed to give their support and helping hand in times of need. As a localite of Bangalore, I found it rather easy to mingle with multiple groups of people. And the people we call our friends today are by far one of the best set of individuals we would have ever met in our lives. As we part ways, we are all moving towards a new chapter of our life. We are aware that the future is unknown and uncertain, but the Christ-eyed spirit will lead us in our lives. But always remember to look back, and as my friends have put it in words, let us recall the memories that we have etched into the walls and corridors of Christ University. We take pledge today that we will serve our country with virtues and integrity that our alma mater has inculcated in us as individuals. We will act as ambassadors of Christ University through our words and wisdom and deeds. I would like to conclude my speech with a quote from Helen Keller, and I quote, "Keep your face always towards the sunshine, and may the shadows fall behind us." Amidst the challenges that surrounds us, we may all move forward with hope and remember that all the lessons that we had from our beloved teachers and Christ are of eternal bliss. We shall be known as the proud alumni of this great institution. Once again, congratulations, my dear friends, on our graduation. I wish each and every one of us great success in our future endeavors. Don't forget, live life to the fullest and enjoy each moment. I take pride in saying, once a Christite, always a Christite. March on, Christites, march on. Thank you.
Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones. To fix you.
After that heartwarming farewell and benediction song, with the permission of the Chancellor, I have the pleasure of declaring the convocation ceremony closed. As we come to the close of the ceremony, I request Dr. Lakshmi Iyer from the School of Business and Management to propose the vote of thanks.
Esteemed guests, honorable dignitaries, parents, guardians, faculty, and the graduating students present here today, I consider it a privilege and a great honor to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. As we come to the end of this convocation ceremony, it is my pleasure to express our gratitude to those who made this convocation possible and a memorable one. First and foremost, we are grateful to our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Father Paul Achandi, for presiding over this convocation, awarding the degrees, offering his blessings and wishes, and more importantly, for the meaningful message to our graduates. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Father Abraham VM, has guided us through for the successful conduct of this convocation. Thank you, Father, for your leadership, guidance in organizing this convocation, message to our graduates, and for handing over the degree certificates to the graduates as well. We extend our distinct gratitude to the members of the Board of Management, the Academic Council, and the Planning and Monitoring Board, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Father Jose CC, Registrar, Dr. Anil Joseph Pinto, Chief Finance Officer, Dr. Father Joby Xavier, Controller of Examinations, Dr. Johnny Joseph, Deans, Directors, Fathers, Faculty, and staff of the university for their yeoman service to make this convocation possible. I would like to express our heartfelt thanks to the President of the Christ University Alumni Foundation, Mr. Jugnu Oberoi, for his cheerful presence and for his scintillating felicitation to our young graduates. I place on record our gratitude to the university choir, student welfare officers, the team of dedicated student volunteers, NCC Army officers and cadets, the technical team for your contribution in organizing this event. In a very special way, we thank the proud parents and guardians of today's graduates. It's your decision, sacrifices, and commitment to support your children to study at Christ University and your accompaniment in their academic journey, especially during the most challenging years under the pandemic that has made this milestone in their life. Heartfelt thank you, dear parents. Dear graduates, this convocation is organized to award degrees to you. Thank you for your presence, cooperation, and enthusiastic and dignified participation in this ceremony. You leave this ceremony today with the duty to uphold the name of this institution as your alma mater. It is our hope that wherever you are and whatever you do, it will uphold the great spirit of this institution. This campus will always remember you, and the voices and the sound of your footsteps will keep echoing forever. Congratulations to you once again. Wishing you all the best in all your future endeavors. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
I request all to kindly rise for the national anthem. In standing as the dignitaries leave the auditorium. We have the registrar leading the procession of the dais with the national flag, followed by the director of the School of Commerce, Finance and Accountancy with the university flag, the Honorable Chancellor, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, deans and heads of departments.